You know, a car I'm going to really be watching in this race, a guy that has had so much success here, starting on the outside of the second row, Jeff Gordon in the 24 car. He has not been very happy with his car all week long down here.
No, he hadn't. It handled poorly in the Bud shootout. Then he had ignition failure. I watched him in practice yesterday. Never really got the car up in the front of the draft like he's accustomed to doing. They worked on it a lot. I don't think they're very happy, but it's another day.
Pole qualifying day. Fines were issued for unapproved aero
in his regular blue car, and we'll see what Jeff Gordon has to show for him also.
Hoping that they've sorted that car out and given him something with which he might be able to win another Daytona 500.
Next to him, Jeff Gordon, one of the most successful of all Nextel Cup drivers in recent years.
DW, we only got one more shot to get in this thing, so the best advice I...
3 is Mike Skinner, the Red Bull car, Brian Vickers. Stremme. A little loose. Gordon got right to his bumper. Here comes Rudd on the bottom.
Boy, I guess. I mean, that was really a place where you get that close to the guy in front of you. It really loosens that 40 car up. Stremme did a great job of holding his line.
Look at him 3 wide mid-pack as they jockey for the transfer spots. Right now it's Marlin and Mike Wallace in the 09 in the 2 spots to transfer into the 500.
Looks like the 2 Hendrick cars there, the 24 and the 5. Gordon and the Bush look like they're trying to kind of gang up on Stremme there in the 40.
And they've been hooked together like that ever since the drop of the green flag.
Stremme's teammate there, Juan Montoya, is right behind these 2 cars. Pretty good start for the Ganassi team here.
You know, we talked about Sterling Marlin, the 14 car. He's in on speed, can race his way in. One great race car, Matt Kinson, in that 17. There's Juan Pablo Montoya trying to get to his teammate, the 42 car, trying to get up there. He's in the 3rd position behind Jeff Gordon in the 24.
Think it'll take him very long, Larry, to adapt to these cars?
I would say he's all but there.
I think he's
from behind Jeff Gordon, trying to get a little more air to flow in there to where it cools the water in the radiator.
Lead change, Kyle Busch puts Tony the Tiger out in the wind.
Uh-oh, I see a little smoke
from Montoya.
Looked like a little smoke off of Montoya there. I'm not sure. It could be water. It could be a little spray from getting a little warm, but he's leading this race, and he's got quite a bit of opening there, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. But boy, they're ganging up on him.
Smoke out there. He's got. It's almost like it's either it looks like a right rear tire rub.
I think it's a tire rub. You think Kyle?
This is Kyle Busch is making the pass.
Kyle got awful close to him as they went into turn 3 over there, and you can see the car started smoking right after that. If we back that shot up a little bit, they may have had a little bit of contact. When Kyle Busch slingshot around him right here, I thought maybe there was some slight contact because Kyle got really close when he was closing into 3. But now you'll start to see smoke just about here, and then Jeff gets in the back of him, and that right front's trying to lock up.
And our tape editors went back and checked. There was no contact between Kyle Busch and Montoya's 42.
It just makes me wonder, Darrell, was the tire starting to go down? He talked about the car starting to bog down and starting to pick up a push, which sometimes can...
The cards have pretty well been dealt, you know, when you get to this point in this race. Everybody knows pretty much who's in, who's out, and it's starting to really show. These guys are just being patient with each other.
Look at the run cousin Carl there. Carl Edwards in the 99 had sucked right up to the back bumper of Matt Kenseth.
That's what it looks like when you can hold your car wide open off the corner and the other guy can't.
And in the meanwhile, though, Jeff Gordon in the 24 car, he moved to the high side, was getting a little bit of help from Ricky Rudd in the 88 car. The gap is open there, but now look at them. They're 2 by 2 by 2.
I think Rudd's handling must be going away a little bit. He's been sitting there pretty comfortably down on the inside right behind Jeff Gordon. People are starting to move he and Jeff both up off the bottom and making passes on him, or at least trying to.
You know, it's been about 14 laps since we restarted this race. I'll be angry.
Do is make the cars turn off the corner. In order to do that, it makes it way too free getting into the corner. And if you get somebody right behind you, it can really it can upset the car, just like you saw there.
Look at this transfer battle. Menard in 15, Nemechek down to the bottom, edges ahead of Marlin. And Joe Nemechek thinks some of those drivers way at the back, Darrell, may not stop and hope to grit it out.
24 in, Jeff Gordon.
I think the guys that are coming in are just what I said. The leaders are set and duck. These guys in the front, they can't come in, give up track.
Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon, the 24, they took right sides only.
Tires are a little conservative, a little on the hard side. Once they're hot, you cycle them one time, they got a little less grip than they had before.
In this race, Jeff Gordon has won 3 previous duels. Kimmel, but there he goes around the outside of Paul Menard. Kimmel in that number 71, the ARCA champion. Oh, contact.
McMurray and Regan Smith.
Regan Smith trying to race his way into the 500 as a rookie.
Yeah, and there's Gordon. He's come from way back. He got tires.
Nemechek is ahead of the 15 of Menard.
No, baby. Hang on, baby. And Jeff Gordon has come from way, way back to make a run here right on the end. He's going to go the outside, and here he comes.
Here they come to the flag. Jeff Gordon's going to win his 3rd duel at Daytona. Nemechek.
And Sterling Marlin will be in. Jeremy Mayfield will not make the Daytona 500.
My.
Nor will Paul Menard, Kevin LePage, Derek Cope, Regan Smith, Frank Kimmel, Eric McClure go home along with Brian Vickers.
Not get in.
And oh, by the way, Jeff Gordon won the race, his 3rd duel at Daytona. His first came in his rookie season, 1993, and he won his 2nd one last year. Here's how he did it.
Oh, yeah, he gets a great run down the back. He gets a bump here from Strimmy, and that just sends him by. Matt Kenseth on the outside. That leaves a 2-set and duck. Strimmy gives him another little shot. Woof. Tried to block him, but he couldn't.
But Darrell, he was able to maneuver the race car with the fresh tires. And let's go back to Joe Nemechek in the 13 car. His crew chief, Peter Suspenzo, gave him 2 right side tires. Great call.
Did Busch and Gordon touch?
No.
Oh, we're going to have a look for that.
They just kissed.
Just a little. Chris Devoda is in victory lane with another celebrant.
That's right. Very familiar territory for Jeff Gordon. More Daytona wins than any other active driver, so no surprise to see him back here in victory lane for this dual race number 2 as he climbs out of his number 24 DuPont Chevrolet. And Jeff, I guess you could say pit strategy played in your favor. Talk about the decision to come in for those 2 tires.
A lot of things played in our favor there at the end. You know, I just didn't think we had the car to be able to do it today. We got shuffled back a couple of times there and really got a big push. But between taking those 2 tires, which is a great call by Steve Letarte, and getting a lot of help between J.J. Yaley and David Strimmy. I mean, those are only 2 of a few guys that really gave us some big pushes there at the end. But you know, I got to the outside every time the 18 got behind me. I'd take advantage of that push and go to the outside, and it worked out in our favor. I got to thank DuPont and Pepsi, GMAC, Nicorette, all the folks, GP with Sparkle, and this is just an awesome feeling. There's nothing greater than being in Daytona and being in victory lane. It's awesome.
I heard you say that you love to win. Do you have the kind of car that's going to be back here in victory lane like you were in 2005 on Sunday?
Well, we just showed anything's possible. So I didn't think we had the car to be able to get here today, but we got here, and so we got a little bit of work to do. I think there's some guys out there a little bit stronger than us, but you got to get out front. The clean air is out front. The tires definitely grip only for a few laps, and then then you got to just ride and find some clean air out there. And if you don't have a drafting partner, it's a lot of work out there. But I tell you what, these guys, it just feels awesome. I'm so excited to be back in victory lane. It's great.
Big smile, but they did say they've got 1 more to win on Sunday. Dave Despain?
If you can win with a car with which you are not very happy on Thursday, it certainly bodes well for Sunday and the 49th running of the Daytona 500. Let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineup. Jeff, it's an interesting
yeah, you got the rookie up there with a veteran, but look back there on row 2. I think there's your heavyweight contenders, Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon, winning their respective duels today. You got to have to watch these guys.
Our congratulations to the race winners, Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon. Roberts in victory lane, thank you all so much for being part of this, our first duels broadcast.